Hi, my name is Marcus T. Owens.
My name is Cecilia Owens.
We are looking for our first home together. I don't want it to be a house that is older than me.
Good luck with that in Southern California.
I'm saying, well, okay, if it's that old, we have to like redo.
Okay.
I'm down for a fixer-upper if it doesn't meet everything. I like to be creative, so that means I have more control over the space that I'm going to live.
We're looking forward to this next adventure.
When we get our new modern home.
Mediterranean.
Contemporary.
Traditional.
Some of the homes that Mo and Cece and I have looked at were each different. One house in particular, I remember, was a little on the top end of their budget, was on the hillside, cul-de-sac community, and it was recently remodeled as well. There was another house that we looked at in Baldwin Hills, was a corner lot. It was actually dated, and it had a weird master bedroom. I remember the master bedroom sinking in, opening up, and just being over the top. And there was this other property in View Park. Now, this particular property, I had no chance that they would actually be interested in this property. This property was a nightmare. So this is the house that they chose.
So we bought a new house, and guess what? It's a fixer-upper.
Big time.
Considering all that I just shared with you,
You look at this place.
architecturally, you don't know what they're doing with this house.
Only reason we came over here is because it's got a great view.
Yes.
A number of things need to be done here on the outside. What are some things that you want to do?
I definitely want to see those columns come down.
Because they're just blocking everything.
Exactly. Get some new handrails up there. Definitely tear out that yard and replace it with something nice and fresh. It's completely overgrown right now.
Right. What are some of the other things that you want to do?
Everything.
Can we get details?
Yes, I would love a new master bedroom and master bath suite because we have his and her master bath.
Who would have thunk it?
Some of the detail, the finishes in this house were just from a different time. I mean, I remember the light switches, the door handles, and just the wood. Everything that was used in this house was from a different era. The carpet, the toilets, the sinks, everything, the granite.
Everything needs to be touched.
Stairs were wobbly, ready to fall. It was mold in certain locations, drywall falling down. It was, if you looked at it, most people would probably walk in and walk right out.
We're giving it a nice Hollywood facelift.
Some savvy negotiations got them a favorable price, which, helps them for the rehab process.
We're gonna let you watch us do the whole renovation process so you can see the before.
Muscle.
Toast.
So much better. Even with that wall.
The inspector came in and stopped the job because we needed permits.
The drawing. I did this on this little free website, Home by Me, and
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Okay, so we are ready for press. Boom.
Then you set the temperature.
Clean air.
this is the site plan. Timber!
So the first step is to remove the drywall, and each joist, floor joist, gonna be replaced.
Okay.
New pier and the base.
This is all your space. You see? It's all your space.
Whoa. You're over budget already, I know you are.
Start changing
What happened?
Make up your mind.
What's this $3,000 charge for Daniel?
And especially the after, and hopefully it looks completely different out here.
Exactly. It'll look a lot different when you come and visit us.
This is all new framing. This is all fresh wood.
Mo, what y'all doing, man?
Now they have started their journey, their adventure, making this house their masterpiece.
This is Mo CO RENO.
So come take this journey with us.
See you soon.
If you'd like to stay updated, subscribe to us on YouTube.
Did it come through?
Just now. No, I just got this picture. Yeah.
This is gonna be a tougher journey than I thought.
You took the test.
Yep, looks like we're having a baby. I'm Mo.
And I'm Co.
We bought our first house together as newlyweds.
It's a fixer-upper.
Big time.
Muscle.
Everything needs to be redone.
From the foundation to the roof.
And we invite you to join us through the entire renovation process.
This is the site plan.
From the beginning all the way to the end.
Now they have started their journey, making this house their masterpiece. This is all new framing. This is all fresh wood.
Mo, what y'all doing, man?
This is Mo CO RENO.
So, the process has begun. The first step is to get rid of all the bad landscaping in the back.
Overgrown trees, ivy everywhere.
Right. Because the ivy and the cypress trees are known to attract rodents. That's not her favorite. It's not my favorite. We also want to do that so that the guys can see parts of the house that we're going to have to change.
Right, and get around the house more easily.
Yeah, because right now the ivies are in the way of the walkway. They can't get through. They started cutting these things down. I'm sitting there and I'm documenting all this stuff.
Well,
Trees falling down. That's crazy.
you want to see that number? It's there.
It's a number?
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing like so long. Yeah, this one number.
Oh, wow. We had a neighbor in the back of us complaining that we cut down the ivy and the trees. Hey, why you cut that down? You know, that was privacy for us. Well, I'm sorry. We didn't want rats and stuff in the backyard.
I ain't sorry.
I ain't sorry.
It's all gone.
What are you thinking when you first come and see what they've been doing?
I'm thinking that it's looking good.
Wow.
It means we're one step closer to finishing this project, as daunting as it might sound.
We haven't even touched the house. We're talking about landscape. She's talking about
Okay, well,
finishing.
how about we're one step into the process that will get us closer to finishing the house.
Beginning.
Build a deck up there.
We can walk around the house. That's a new and pretty change.
And we're anxious to figure out the next step that we can move with the restraints we have for starting on the property.
Right.
Our realtor, he's a good friend, he's an agent, he's a broker, he's whatever. Darren Gooden is working on the senior facility, so we donated a lot of the fixtures that were old school that may be to their liking, but not to ours.
Right, the doors.
Right.
This particular home had finishes and detail that was from a different era. And what happened, I have another client of mine that runs a senior facility. So what they do is they buy homes and they turn these homes into a senior facility to care for our loved ones, our grandparents and parents once they have different ailments. But there were finishes that were unique that you couldn't find in the stores today. So we went ahead and had a great idea of taking some of that hardware, those finishes, the light fixtures, some of the molding, some of the paneling, and put this into some of the homes that we were remodeling for these senior facilities.
Yeah.
So he starts removing those cabinets and the switch plates and doing a little demo in the kitchen to get to those cabinets. So that all was helpful for us because that was something he wanted to do, and we didn't have to pay for that. So that was our little pre-demo process.
Right.
And it was like a perfect marriage of using some of the finishes from the 1920s and 1930s into a 2016 home that's being remodeled. It turned out amazing.
We had a plumber come by the house to estimate what was going to be needed inside of the house. But he said, you know what? Look at this main water line. He says, it's toast. That's his. He said they use PVC to galvanize and it's not good and we're going to have to change that. And currently the old water service line is like going all the way to the front of the garage, and then going up and then zigzagging over here, and it's just nasty. They cut through the old work. They had cut through the rafters consecutively in the same spot, big old notches.
Right, to fit the plumbing through, and that's not structurally sound.
No. So he couldn't see everything. He sees copper in the basement and some at the other fixtures. So he thinks that part is good, but. There's some leaks in the house that we know about, but we'll have to figure that part out later.
Yeah, and speaking more on those leaks, you would literally flush a toilet and see water coming down the walls and dripping everywhere. So we know we have some issues.
I don't know if it was the waistline. I don't know if it's the waistline. I think it's the connections at the fixtures were leaking. But yeah, they would be dripping the everywhere. And so there was no main shutoff valve. You just have to go straight to the street. They're digging under the sidewalk, not destroying the sidewalk, digging under it, and then going to the planter area in front of the house. So they had to dig like 6 feet
down.
Yeah. Like 6 or 8 feet. I don't know.
Right.
By hand. I'm like, boy, he's sweating. This is one worker here.
Okay, we already crossed the line. We don't touch the sidewalk because we have to run in the new water service line. So we are okay now. So we are 18 inches deep, and then we want to touch 15 feet away from the wall, and then 13 feet more, and then we can hook up for the new line.
He's working on the main water service line that goes from the meter on the outside to the house.
We have a leak here because the main shut-off valve don't shut it off complete.
So they're working on getting that copper.
Okay. This is the water regulator because we're required for pressure for the house. You know, it's a level pressure for the house. It's a Wilkins 600 psi, which is the high range. And I have fittings in here. We want to use the ProPress fittings. Those kind of fittings is approved for the state of California, which is the company certified for 30-40 years is NIPCO. So now you can see the regulations in here. It's approved for the city. All require safety stuff from for the city. And I'll show you the quality for those kind of fittings. This is a 90.5 inch. That type of fittings is high tech. If you see the O-ring inside, so we don't need solder, we don't need flux for that kind of stuff. The only thing we have to do is the right process to cut clean, reamer properly, and all the way through here, maybe like 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches, all the way in, and then we want to use a ProPress machine bump. The mean is like I told you, it's high quality and no solder, no flux, and then it's heavy duty.
He keeps telling me, yes, the meter to the street is the city. And from the meter to the other side is the owner's responsibility.
We want to close the water service now, which is responsibility for the city, and after that kind of pushing the responsibility to the owner. Okay, we have the water off complete from the city. So now I have to take it off the full piece complete. Padrino, córtele esa madre ahí. Pam. This is a normal leak because the line is a full water. Now we disconnect it complete. We have to unscrew the PVC, which is 1.5 inches, but we have a reducer in here, so I want to touch everything with copper. We're not going to use any more ProPress stuff. That part is from the city, and here the front to all the way to the inside of the house is the owner responsibility. So now we're going to screw that part out the part. Make sure the thread is in good shape, which is, to me, it's in good shape. We have to put Teflon tape. Female adapter 1 inch. We have to reamer.
It's got ProPress. I'm learning about ProPress where they don't have to weld the pipes.
Now the next step is to go to press. That kind of machine is a German machine with American fitting.
It's got this fancy machine.
So we are ready for press. So we take the dimensions for that. This is 1 inch, just 1 inch in here. And then you have to press like that for at least 10 seconds. Boom, the machine releases the pressure. And then now we have the solid piece done. We don't need fire, we don't need any solder. And then it's approved from the city like 11-12 years ago. Okay, water service from street attached to the owner responsibility. We have 1.5 inch main valve, ProPress. We have a reducer, 1.5 inches by 1. We have a brass nipple, 3 inches attached with the regulator, and then we have a TNT valve, relief valve like water service required. So I guess we are okay with that, no leaks, and then we gotta go attach the new line for the existing one inside.
We had a delay process where we couldn't start working on the house that we'll have to tell you about later because it's still a touchy subject for her.
Yes.
Why we had to delay the process.
Right, but we're in full force now.
Right. If you'd like to stay updated, Subscribe to us on YouTube. Okay, we're back.
Yes.
So remember we told you that there was a delay in the process on why we couldn't start on the house. Well, do you want to start it off?
Okay. So everyone knows that I am a very big fan of a certain television network that does a lot of home and garden.
Too much. Basically, there was a show that we were on for our renovation for our house.
Yes.
And they didn't want us to do anything to the house before they recorded this or
Right, it
recorded
had
that.
to be on their schedule,
Right.
so that made it more difficult.
They filmed it for about 3 days, took
Right.
up all of our time, and then decided to say, you know, your project, it's going to take a lot of time. And
We don't want to wait.
in short, they dropped us. And so it's like, you know, the hell with y'all. I'm going to do my own show.
Right.
And here it is.
Exactly.
MO CO RENO, so I hope you stay tuned. And not only is it one baby we're creating with this house, I'm a dad to be. So we got our firstborn on the way.
Yes.
And that's exciting as well.
Exactly. We're going to have 2 babies at the end of this.
One sooner than the other.
Hopefully the house.
Yeah, she wants the house to be done before a little
The
one
baby
gets
is here. Exactly.
And we'll see how that goes. I'm Mo.
And I'm Co.
We bought our first house together as newlyweds.
It's a fixer-upper.
Big time.
Muscle.
Everything needs to be redone.
From the foundation to the roof.
And we invite you to join us through the entire renovation process. This is the site now.
From the beginning all the way to the end.
Now they have started their journey making this house their masterpiece. This is all new framing. This is all fresh wood.
Mo, what y'all doing, man?
This is Mo CO RENO.
We had a big, like, dinosaur HVAC in the basement. It was about this tall. And we had that pulled out.
Right.
All the old, like, ducting that they had running out, we pulled that out. Getting rid of all that stuff.
Right.
And so we got this big pile in the garage.
Yes.
Because they didn't want to get a dumpster. You know, those dumpsters, the one we need is like
Expensive.
$600-700 per container.
Right. And that all that HVAC is probably one container on its own.
Right.
So that's another one of the perks of redoing a home.
Yeah. So, you know, they're working hard. We put the HVAC in the attic. They had to install a light and a switch. And we got one with this UV filter so it can get rid of all the bacteria.
All right, nice and healthy, so
Right.
we have good air to breathe.
Right, yes. And so they're finding roots because they have to think about where we want our new walls to be. They couldn't follow the old ducting because
Right.
a lot of it was coming from underneath.
I can run my ducting inside this floor and the ceiling.
Okay.
Inside all the way there.
Okay.
Yeah, and another one should be all the way here.
Okay.
Supplying that side, like this.
Roll tape.
The HVAC system got installed.
Yes.
And right now they're doing testing of the AC.
Well, you go to system, you cool, then you set the temperature.
Clean air.
In order to do the test the heat, we have to get the gas guy to come out and go from there. So here's the thing. We haven't gotten a permit for demolition or building or anything yet.
Muscles.
She wants to get it permitted. We're happy to get it permitted, but at the same time, we have one of our contractors coming in and starting the demo, the real demo.
So we have the container already for fill it up for the trash. It's impossible to put in that section, but at least we have the container half in the middle of the driveway.
You know, they're pulling out the carpet and getting rid of, you know, things that we don't want, some of these non-structural walls.
Okay.
We at least open them up. We're leaving the framing there, but taking off the drywall to investigate what's going to need to happen. So I'm talking to him, I'm like, you sure you want to have the HVAC inspection at the same time as you doing all this? He said, no, Marcos, it's no problem. He calls me Marcos. It's Marcus, come on, man. He's like, no, it's no problem. We're not doing nothing. We're just taking down water damage, termite. Okay, I get it, all right. We get the inspection, the guy comes.
Hey Marcos.
How you doing?
¿Cómo estás?
All right.
Got 2 news.
Okay.
The air condition passed inspection. Boom, right away. Everything is safe.
Okay.
The thing is, the inspector came in and stopped the job because we needed permits.
I'm like, this is what I was trying to avoid.
But he don't know. He don't know nothing about it because we don't want to do any instructor mayor job in here.
And we have 3 days or he's gonna double the permit.
The electrical issue, probably like few wires with, you know, without wire nuts.
Needless to say, we want to get the permit, and so he calls me, so what are we gonna do about it? I'm like, get it. I was trying to have you do it beforehand, and then now the pressure's on it.
I talked to Shai already. We want to pull the permits tomorrow.
Okay.
When we start to do any mayor job. So we are covered with that.
And they waited to the absolute last day.
But they got it done.
Right.
They got it done, so we're ready to go.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, what's happening?
Tell us how it went today.
Oh, it did good. We passed inspection.
Okay, good.
AC inspection. We're good. So inside each box, you have the name to where each thermostat goes to. Like first floor, thermostat and code. So you have a code for each box.
Okay.
And that's the contract right here, saying that we passed inspection today. Inspector signed it. This is your original, and that's the contract.
All right. We got permits for electrical, plumbing, and they got a building remodeling permit.
We have to follow all this step to the building final. So then when it's finalized here.
Man, I'm telling you, the demolition revealed a whole lot of nasty crud. Probably why we all doing all that calling.
Yeah, here. It's over toast.
And where the plumbing and the pipes were leaking.
The water, piping.
When you came, you couldn't even like walk
through. Had to find a path to walk through.
Inside the house, inside the house, just demo, and it's just there because they just want to do that first before getting these dumpsters. Again, they're $600 and $700 per dumpster.
Right, but we can still see progress.
Here, this is.
It looks so much bigger without everything.
I finish here and this section.
Okay.
And this.
It's always good to be able to come and actually see the work being done and actually be able to see that there is progress being made. Inching closer and closer.
Right.
You won't be able to see me through this wall for much longer.
If you'd like to stay updated, subscribe to us on YouTube.
Hopefully it'll be like the blink of an eye and everything is done.
No. I'm Mo.
And I'm Co.
We bought our first house together as newlyweds.
It's a fixer-upper.
Big time.
Muscle.
Everything needs to be redone.
from the foundation to the roof.
And we invite you to join us through the entire renovation process.
This is the site plan.
From the beginning all the way to the end.
Now they have started their journey making this house their masterpiece. This is all new framing. This is all fresh wood.
Mo, what y'all doing, man?
This is MO CO RENO.
Another holdup we're going through right now in this process of demo and showing up the structure is our draftsman. He told us that it would take 2 weeks for him to do the as-built.
All right, architectural plans.
Right, as the house is originally built.
What we have here is the as-built plans, starting from the garage, the utility room that we currently have there now.
And then he would submit it to me.
This is the site plan.
I'd tell him what I wanted to do, because I already had
Right.
this stuff planned in my head.
Right.
My wife has been going back and forth for Cecilia. All right, so I did this on this little free website, Home by Me.
Cool. Who's that blonde lady standing in my garage?
I don't know, some default chick. So have our doors here. This could be our exercise room.
Okay, I like that space for exercise. That's a cool little space down there.
Floor level 1.
Okay,
And here's the guest room.
okay.
The powder room extended a foot.
Very good.
Which way you want to go now?
Let's go to the dining room.
Dining room.
Yes.
So I just threw a dining room table and 6 chairs like you like.
Perfect.
And then you come around and no wall now in the kitchen.
Right, nice and open.
You got cabinets here, and then I
Yes.
put a microwave on this side.
I really like the microwave there.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like that.
Cool. And then over here, the little office area you want, I just do some BS
Yeah, just
furniture
to
there.
get it in
Just
there.
so you can see,
Yes.
amount of space. And this window here will look out to the view.
So I'll be paying bills and looking at the view.
Sounds good to me. Okay, so let's go into this other guest bathroom. So I don't know what this it was an error. It's not supposed to be floating there.
Okay.
I thought, more of a luxury tub, like a vacation getaway.
Right.
And then on this wall here, you can have a TV there.
Yeah. And I like the idea of having like a jetted tub or, even the ones now with the lights that change for therapy.
Oh, okay.
That would be cool to have just a standalone.
Right, and then here we know it's a wet bar. I didn't get fancy or decorating here.
Right.
I just do a silly sink over
Yeah.
here.
But we know it's there, so that's good.
And
wow.
temporary, I put the furniture I have in here for right now. And then boom, we watch your
And that'll
movies.
be the screen.
Yep.
All right, movie night. I'm ready.
So we're going in here.
Okay.
Fireplace down there.
Yes.
And
A lot of seating in there.
yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
So when we have our big events, people will have somewhere to sit. And I love the fact that everything is open. So they can sit in the dining room and still be part of the living room party. And those who might want to go in and out of the kitchen will still be part. And then we can have people out back in the theater room in the back. And everything kind of flows really well. So I'm liking the way it's looking.
Cool. Ready to go upstairs, babe?
I'm ready. You've become an expert at this.
Hey, this takes time. My mom see this, she gonna see, I told you should have been an architect.
Did she tell you that when you were younger?
Yeah. Drafting classes and everything.
Okay.
All right, so here is master bedroom.
Yes.
And so we'll come here to my side first to get it out the way. Now I'll put these armoires in there, but it's only for the sake of showing you that clothes can go here.
Yes.
Hang up clothes. Bathroom.
Okay.
And let's go to your side.
Okay.
Identical thing here, just for visuals. And then your vanity is here.
Okay.
So kids' bathroom layout's pretty much the same. I moved the tub on over here.
Okay.
So let's come around here to the laundry.
Laundry.
All right, you ready to go see this baby?
I'm ready.
Now I just do stuff in here. Don't talk about the design. It's just
That's my room to design.
It's just to signify.
The only room in the house I get to design.
Yeah, I just do a little crib here, a rocker, a cabinet, changing station, just to signify.
That's all I need.
Here is the new hallway we're creating.
Oh, and that's that new closet even before you get
Oh yeah,
there.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Where you want to go first?
The kids' room, because you're already there.
We already went to the kids' room.
The other kids' room.
The auxiliary room.
The other kids' room.
The auxiliary room. We figured out one kid at a time, babe.
We gonna need another kids' room.
Well, we figure out what happened. Every kid don't need their own bedroom. No, they don't.
The next baby to be able to sleep with a newborn, you can figure that out. You could be up with them.
How did they do it with Madison and Kennedy?
They probably shared a room.
Okay, so they turned out just fine. So let's go in here. I'm just throwing stuff in here, basically.
Right. Okay. So this is a really nice second kids room.
Or photo room for photography. I don't have any space to do photography.
I suppose as long as we don't put any furniture in that room.
Multi-purpose.
Yes.
Or if that,
So that when we do get to the point where we need to put furniture in the room, we don't have much to move out of the room.
So let's go to my office space.
All right. Okay.
And then, who's that guy sitting over there?
That's funny. You don't wear suits.
It's just another black guy.
Definitely, all of your hard work and weeks and weeks and weeks of laboring away, it definitely shows.
Well, you know how to make me smile. Smiling.
Well, this definitely has me smiling. It's definitely a home that I can live in, and I'm ready to move.
I just hope we can afford it.
We'll figure that out later.
And it can happen expeditiously.
That's key.
Get off my back. When can we move in? When can we move in? So, this is what I'll be showing the George.
Okay.
So this guy constantly wants to make his own suggestions. In the basement, we want to clear it out so it can be a room for storage or even working out. He says, you should turn this into a wine cellar. No thanks.
No. Stick to the plan.
Right. I said, do you drink wine? No, I don't, but this would be a good place for, okay. No thanks. And you sure you want to lead? Why don't you put the kitchen on the other side of the house? We're not trying to create extra expenses here. The nook for you.
Right.
That was going to be her area. And we told them, yeah, this is going to be her area for office.
Office and kid homework.
And we walk them up to the floor where mine is with the view and all the extra space. Why do you need an office here?
You already have an office. I'll make your office down at the lower level.
I don't want no.
Why don't you move Marcus's office to downstairs with no view?
That is a definite no.
Right, just hear me out. And then you have all this space here where you can make a large family room on the upper level.
It can be a family room.
Right. Bruh.
If his office was in the existing family room, he wouldn't have the view.
And he wants to sell the view to the client?
No, I want to see something. You want me to be in jail?
It's all you. It's all Mo,
Yes.
isn't it? Okay.
And Mo's wife approves.
This is what we want. Draw it out.
That was one of the things that we looked for in a home, having his office have a view. And his office will also legally be a bedroom, which right now it's not.
That process took forever.
What I want you to send me is the budget like we said. Just
screenshot.
Yep. And so I can have an idea, you try to get numbers, the same numbers you have.
I sent him everything that I wanted, and he would miss stuff and then suggest that, I don't. You think this looks good? You don't want to make one master bathroom up here and combine?
No.
That's what sold her.
So it's been a process, and we're still going through it, and we're anxious to get through that part of the process so that we can move on to bigger and better things. You know, it would be really nice to have a nice patio out there.
Put pavers and maybe a water feature.
A nice waterfall.
Bruh.
We could do something
You know
in
what
that
I mean?
corner. That's phase 2 or 3.
Yeah, because on a Sunday, you get up and you got a little toast outside, a little coffee.
That's phase 2 or 3.
Yeah.
This is phase 1.
So the process of the structure's going on good, and I'm like, come on, man, we need the plans. You know, I'm like, why don't you come over? Come see where we're at. He comes over. Oh my God.
Wow, Mo.
You got the house all the way open. I'm scared. I'm
You're
nervous.
over budget already. I know you are.
This is a new house.
You're redoing the whole house, dude. I just hope you don't upset the inspector when you come.
Right now, we're not adding anything new.
Right.
That we're just shoring up the structure and putting
Right.
new wood and placing old wood. So we're gonna run out of that work. We're gonna need to start doing the renovation stuff, the add-ons and stuff, and we need the plan. So I brought them there to motivate them, and so that seemed to work.
But don't you think it's kind of awkward? Is you're gonna have this thing way out here, and you have this room here, and then you have this fireplace here?
Nope.
No?
Because the bed is going to come out. I mean, the bed will probably be out until about here anyhow. A lot of work still needs to be done.
We sent the plans back, and now they're ready to be submitted to our structural engineer, Naeem.
Once he gets the plans, hopefully he'll be ready to submit to the city.
The city.
I'm really looking forward to when we can see the finished rooms and actually see your genius visions come to life. All right, I'm excited. Good work, baby.
Thank you. If you'd like to stay updated, subscribe to us on YouTube.
We already leveled that area, but you see the plywood under the fireplace is deteriorated.
Okay.
Now the question is, if
Get rid of the fireplace. We're gonna get a new one.
we can, yeah? Oh, right.
I'm Mo.
And I'm Co.
We bought our first house together as newlyweds.
It's a fixer-upper.
Big time.
Muscle.
Everything needs to be redone.
From the foundation to the roof.
And we invite you to join us through the entire renovation process. This is the site now.
From the beginning all the way to the end.
Now they have started their journey making this house their masterpiece. This is all new frame. This is all fresh wood.
Mo, what y'all doing, man?
This is Mo CO RENO.
We're at 1 week and we see a lot of progress.
We prefer to start tomorrow to replace this thing. And then on Tuesday, and demolishing everything here, this and this wall. Alright? And then on Tuesday, once we put the new joist, then we're gonna level it completely. Only then we're gonna install the new beam. It's gonna be easier.
so different. With this, I guess, this is the difference.
Yeah, that, and then they knocked the center piece out.
Did that beam go all the way through?
No.
It just, okay.
Yeah.
What's that air noise?
That's down here is for the gun, the nail gun.
That side can be done only after we put the new floor. Because the new one is going to be leveled 100%.
Right.
So this wall also will be leveled.
Okay. Okay. So the leveling will occur.
It's already leveled. Now if you put a level here, it's leveled.
Okay.
We removed the, you see the pressure of the previous?
Yes, I
it
can
was,
see it.
You could see the plywood was going down, exactly.
So we're not going to have a skateboard ramp?
No. Let's say with what I can see, next week we're going to achieve finishing that, opening all this, reinforcing the rest, and start going upstairs. Or if you got more stuff to do here, you have to let me know. Okay, so
the cross face stuff.
So get me the specs what you wish to get, so we can finish, you know, the rough framing, and then we continue to the next one. Yeah.
All right. All that weight. I was trying to be there as much as possible. The contractor told me they had a couple mishaps. Cuidado!
Blood, sweat, and tears are going into this home.
One of the beams, they dropped the old beam from removing it, and there was an old nail sticking in it, and it came down and it like sliced through the jeans and the leg of one of the workers.
It's not good at all.
I wasn't there to get it, but we did see the battle wound.
Yes, and he is okay.
Right.
We're on week 2.
And that's the material that you purchased last week. It was a special order, all this rafter, because it's a special size. You cannot find it at the lumber yard. You need to order it.
And that's one of these.
Yeah.
Now they got this special order,
Yes.
and they're putting in all the wood that is above in the rafters that's supporting all the other levels.
Right.
Okay, we are building the new rafters from this end to that end. But the last 4 feet from the rafter, we're gonna slope it so the water will slope of the balcony always out. So now he's just cutting the 1.5 inch slope. So once we install the new plywood, we're gonna have all the balcony, the water sloped outside and not inside, like they did it before.
So now they got pretty much the rafters in, and they're starting to go on top in the living area to put the plywood down to level the floor so it's not the skateboard park that we know about.
All right.
All this is gonna be accomplished. New beam from end to end. And probably we're gonna push this post, we're gonna push it like 6 inches out
To match.
to make this wall straight. It's easier to getting out this wall out than cutting this.
Well, yeah, not cutting it out, but it's cool. We don't have to add some fake stuff. We can just do it for real, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
We're on week 3. Otra.
Here, the stick.
Your heartbeat?
So 22 inches out. Nice.
Need a cigarette?
Yeah. You want to check level? Just check for. It's good. Well, put level. Jacob, put level over there. Maybe it's enough. Wait, let's check level. Let's check level. Maybe you don't need. Up. That's it.
Ya me va a pegar. Siento de él en su mano izquierda.
Charlino, stop. Wait. Easy. That's it? That's it. Heide, let's reinforce. Everything is staying on the pump. If the pump fails, everything is going down. So that's critical phase now to reinforce the entire wall. You see all the posts are sitting on hydraulic pump. We raise it exactly this. The space. It's too much room. If you want to put another gutter.
Week 4.
Yeah, well, she hoped that we would get everything done in week 3, but we're on week 4. We see some progress going though, right?
Yes, we do.
Big thing is we can't like rush. We want to do it right.
Right.
So we taking the time. We see we're everybody who walks by. Wow, you're building a new house. I don't like to hear that, but,
but it's going to be safe. Right. It's going to be a nice, safe, structurally sound home. And it'll be comfortable for us to live in, and we'll be able to live here stress-free and worry-free.
Right.
Might have a few bills to pay, but...
Now everything, the balcony, everything is sloping for water. Everything has a slope everywhere, this way and that way.
He's framing it as wide as possible. You know, where everything was open as wide as it can, and then once we finally know the final plans, we can go in and put the studs in, and do all the rest of the framing for the windows.
Put the windows, exactly, and it gives us a little bit of flexibility, so we can go and choose the size of window, the style of window that we want to see in all of the walls,
and see the potential of how open it could actually be.
All this opening, we're gonna frame it by the window. If you bring all the windows, like you say tomorrow, we got the windows, the doors, whatsoever, we're gonna center it, then we frame the rest of it. That's not structural, it's just framing. But you got the option now to decide.
which might not be a good one.
It opens up a can of worms like,
what can we do here?
Let's leave this all the way open.
It's not good for the budget.
Yeah, and we also have to have some closed walls for the electrical and the plumbing to go up to the next level.
Right, and if we want to display art, we need a place to do so.
Pictures and then, cabinets for storage. So all that's kind of gotta be calculated, but it's hard to kind of see that when you see big open space and view everywhere and light and air. So
Exactly. But we're working through it.
yeah. If you'd like to stay updated, subscribe to us on YouTube.
Hopefully it'll be like the blink of an eye and everything is done.
No. I'm Mo.
And I'm Co.
We bought our first house together as newlyweds.
It's a fixer-upper.
Big time.
Muscle.
Everything needs to be redone.
From the foundation to the roof.
And we invite you to join us through the entire renovation process.
This is the site plan.
From the beginning all the way to the end.
Now they have started their journey making this house their masterpiece. This is all new framing. This is all fresh wood.
Man, what y'all doing, man?
This is Mo CO RENO.
Another holdup we're going through right now in this process of demo and shoring up the structure is our draftsman. He told us that it would take 2 weeks for him to do the as-built.
All right, architectural plans.
Right, as the house is originally built.
What we have here is the as-built plans, starting from the garage, the utility room that we currently have there now.
And then he would submit it to me.
This is the site plan.
I'd tell him what I wanted to do, because I already had this stuff planned in my head. My wife has been going back and forth, her Cecilia. All right, so I did this on this little free website, Home by Me.
Cool. Who's that blonde lady standing in my garage?
I don't know, some default chick. So have our doors here. This could be our exercise room.
Okay, I like that space for exercise. That's a cool little space down there.
Floor level 1.
Okay.
And here's the guest room.
Okay.
The powder room extended a foot.
Very good.
Which way you want to go now?
Let's go to the dining room.
Dining room.
Yes.
So I just do a dining room table and 6 chairs like you like.
Perfect.
And then you come around and no wall now in the kitchen.
Right, nice and open.
You got cabinets here, and then I put a microwave on this side.
I really like the microwave there.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like that.
Cool. And then over here, the little office area you want, I just do some BS
just to get it in
just
there.
so you can see, you know, amount of space. And this window here will look out to the view.
So I'll be paying bills and looking at the view.
Sounds good to me. Okay, so let's go into this other guest bathroom. So I don't know what this it was an error. It's not supposed to be floating there.
Okay.
I thought, you know, more of a luxury tub, like a vacation getaway.
Right.
And then on this wall here, you can have a TV there.
Yeah, and I like the idea of having like a jetted tub, or, you know, even the ones now with the lights that change for therapy.
Oh, okay.
That would be cool to have, just a standalone.
Right, and then here we know it's a wet bar. I didn't get fancy or decorating here.
Right.
I just do a silly sink over here.
But we know it's there, so that's good.
And temporary, I put, you know, the furniture I have in here for right now. And then boom, we watch your movies.
And that'll be the screen.
Yep.
All right, movie night. I'm ready.
So we're going in here.
Okay.
Fireplace down there.
Yes.
And
a lot of seating in there.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
So when we have our big events, people will have somewhere to sit. And I love the fact that everything is open. So they can sit in the dining room and still be part of the living room party. And those who might want to go in and out of the kitchen will still be part. And then we can have people out back in the theater room in the back. And everything kind of flows really well. So I'm liking the way it's looking.
Cool. Ready to go upstairs, babe?
I'm ready. You become an expert at this.
Hey, this takes time. My mom see this, she gonna see, I told you should have been an architect.
Did she tell you that when you were younger?
Yeah. Drafting classes and everything.
Okay.
All right, so here is master bedroom.
Yes.
And so we'll come here to my side first to get it out the way. Now I'll put these armoires in there, but it's only for the sake of showing you that clothes can go here.
Yes.
Hang up clothes. Bathroom.
Okay.
And let's go to your side.
Okay.
Identical thing here, just for visuals. And then your vanity is here.
Okay.
So kids' bathroom layout's pretty much the same. I moved the tub on over here.
Okay.
So let's come around here to the laundry.
Laundry.
All right, you ready to go see this baby room?
I'm ready.
Now I just do stuff in here. Don't talk about the design. It's just
That's my room to design.
It's just to signify.
The only room in the house I get to design.
Yeah, I just do a little crib here, a rocker, a cabinet, changing station, just to signify.
That's all I need.
Here is the new hallway we're creating.
And that's that new closet even before you get there.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Where you want to go first?
The kids' room, because you're already there.
We already went to the kids' room.
The other kids' room.
The auxiliary room.
The other kids' room.
The auxiliary room. We figured out one kid at a time, babe.
We gonna need another kids' room.
Well, we figure out what happened. Every kid don't need their own bedroom. No, they don't.
The next baby to be able to sleep with a newborn, you can figure that out. You can be up with them.
How did they do it with Madison and Kennedy?
They probably shared a room.
Okay, so they turned out just fine. So let's go in here. I'm just throwing stuff in here, basically.
Right. Okay. So this is a really nice second kids room.
Or photo room for photography. I don't have any space to do photography.
I suppose as long as we don't put any furniture in that room.
Multi-purpose.
Yes.
Or if
so that when we do get to the point where we need to put furniture in the room, we don't have much to move out of the room.
So let's go to my office space.
Alright, okay.
And then who's that guy sitting over there?
That's funny. You don't wear suits.
It's just another black guy.
Definitely, all of your hard work and weeks and weeks and weeks of laboring away, it definitely shows.
Well, you know how to make me smile. Keep me smiling.
Well, this definitely has me smiling. It's definitely a home that I can live in, and I'm ready to move.
I just hope we can afford it.
We'll figure that out later.
And it can happen expeditiously.
That's key.
Get off my back. When can we move in? When can we move in? So this is why I'll be showing the George.
Okay.
So this guy constantly wants to make his own suggestions. In the basement, we want to clear it out so it can be a room for storage or even working out. He says, you should turn this into a wine cellar. No thanks.
No. Stick to the plan.
Right. I said, do you drink wine? No, I don't, but this would be a good place for, okay. No thanks. And you sure you want to lead? Why don't you put the kitchen on the other side of the house? We're not trying to create extra expenses here. The nook for you.
Right.
That was going to be her area. And we told them, yeah, this is going to be her area for office.
Office and kid homework.
And we walk them up to the floor where mine is with the view and all the extra space. Why do you need an office here?
You already have an office. So make your office down at the lower level.
I don't want no.
Why don't you move Marcus's office to downstairs with no view?
That is a definite no.
Right, just hear me out. And then you have all this space here where you can make a large family room on the upper level.
It can be a family room.
Right. Bruh.
If his office was in the existing family room, he wouldn't have the view.
And he wants to sell the view to the client?
No, I want to see something. You want me to be in jail?
It's all you. It's all Mo,
Yes.
Okay.
And Mo's wife approves.
This is what we want. Draw it out.
That was one of the things that we looked for in a home, having his office have a view. And his office will also legally be a bedroom, which right now it's not.
That process took forever.
What I want you to send me the project like we said. Just
screenshot.
Yep. And so I can have an idea. You try to get numbers, the same numbers you have.
I sent him everything that I wanted, and he would miss stuff and then suggest that, oh, I don't think you think this looks good. You don't want to make one master bathroom up here and combine.
No.
That's what sold her.
So it's been a process, and we're still going through it, and we're anxious to
Right.
get through that part of the process
Right.
so that we can move on to bigger and better things. It would be really nice to have a nice patio out there.
Put pavers and maybe a water feature.
A nice waterfall.
Bruh.
We could do something
You know
in
what
that
I mean?
corner. That's phase 2 or 3.
Yeah, because on a Sunday, you get up and you got a little toast outside, a little coffee.
That's phase 2 or 3.
Yeah.
This is phase 1.
So the process of the structure's going on good, and I'm like, come on, man, we need the plans. I'm like, why don't you come over? Come see where we're at. And he comes over. Oh my God.
Wow, Mo.
You got the house all the way open. I'm scared. I'm
You're
nervous.
over budget already. I know you are.
This is a new house.
You're redoing the whole house, dude. I just hope you don't upset the inspector when you come.
Right now, we're not adding anything new.
Right.
That we're just shoring up the structure and putting
Right.
new wood and placing old wood. So we're gonna run out of that work. We're gonna need to start doing the renovation stuff, the add-ons and stuff, and we need the plan. So I brought him there to motivate him, and so that seemed to work.
But don't you think it's kind of awkward? Is you're gonna have this thing way out here, and you have this room here, and then you have this fireplace here?
Nope.
No?
Because the bed is going to come out. I mean, the bed will probably be out until about here anyhow. A lot of work still needs to be done.
We sent the plans back, and now they're ready to be submitted to our structural engineer, Naeem.
Once he gets the plans, hopefully he'll be ready to submit to the city.
The city.
I'm really looking forward to when we can see the finished rooms and actually see your genius visions come to life. All right, I'm excited. Good work, baby.
Thank you. If you'd like to stay updated, subscribe to us on YouTube.
So they're putting up a beam that is going to allow them to have a straight flush wall, because before the wall was pushed in maybe 2-3 inches and it was hideous to Marcus's eye.
Can you see in between the second and third floor there is a gap by almost like 6 inches, and it's going to almost 0 at the end. So what we're gonna do, the second floor, all this wall, we're gonna bring it out exactly to align it with the third floor, the same line and same elevation. From this point, he's gonna start the wall inside, and then it will be aligned with this. You see, we need 4 or 5 inches on the top, so we're gonna produce one 4 or 5 inches here, so then we can push the wall.
So they're building that out a little bit so that everything is nice and flush and it doesn't look awkward to the naked eye. The balcony is starting to come back, and the wood has been replaced all the way around, so it's exciting.
Ok, póngale bien la madera en el centro, la fíjate, que el palo agarre como que un puesto.
Dale, dale, dale. Dale, dale, chiquito, dale.
I'm seeing progress.
I'm Mo.
And I'm Co.
We bought our first house together as newlyweds.
It's a fixer-upper.
Big time. Muscle.
Everything needs to be redone.
From the foundation to the roof.
And we invite you to join us through the entire renovation process.
This is the side now.
From the beginning all the way to the end.
Now they have started their journey making this house their masterpiece.
This is all new framing. This is all fresh wood. Mo, what y'all doing, man?
This is MO CO RENO.
Preguntas.
¿Qué?
Preguntas. Questions.
So once they do this level, then they'll move up to that one, right?
Yeah, but we're waiting on this.
Oh, for the inspector.
No, we want to get it approved before we start doing it. But they still got this. They got to do. And he's got to work the new plumbing. So they kind of like not doing that until.
He gets the plumbing plans under one. Okay. Some big little view in the desk area from my office. Very cool.
But Mo, if you already have an office downstairs, why do you need another one?
Mind your business. Okay. It's gonna be nice, babe. It's looking good. Coming together again.
Knock on wood.
Got a lot of options.
It's right here.
This
Measure
right
from
here.
that. Measure 32 from there.
From here.
Yeah.
32 is about here.
Mark it and put new door.
Not mark sucks.
You don't have to do it fast. You don't know what that is. Our plumber came back.
Hi.
And now he's looking to see what needs to be done to fix the other plumbing now that the walls are open and the floors are open.
Right.
So you want to hear the price for the plumbing and tire stuff?
So that's a big number that we have to digest.
Yeah.
This is Emerson, the plumber from Mahini Construction. Now it's my turn to go through with the plumbing stuff in here, the rough plumbing. I already almost 90% with the rough plumbing. So we can go in and explain to you what is the main process for the lines, which is came from upstairs to downstairs. Right, this is the mostly really important waste lines because everything came from upstairs. So we have before like incomplete framing in here, so try and redo the framing. And now we do the layout for the waste. Now we are going to Smartland Supply. It's a real plumbing supply. It's like tomorrow we can finish the layout for the waste ADS, and by Monday or Tuesday we can finish the whole thing, water line supplies. We can get inspection by Thursday or can be Friday.
Is this place plumber friendly?
No, it's not plumber friendly. You said you're gonna have a cabinet there, right?
Yeah.
We'll have that's pretty much what you're looking like. You get your washer dryer. They got like 4 choices there. I can't touch them, but it'll come out very good.
We have floors again.
What do you see?
I can walk over here. This is all covered.
Behind you.
Oh, The cutout for the window is here. The framing. The doors moved. I didn't even catch it. Wow. So here's the door. And then the restroom. Wow.
Shower's gonna be
Right here. And then the window is here. Wow.
So it's gonna be there.
Right here? Here.
Yeah.
Oh, right here the hole. And sink here. Very cool. Very nice. And it feels big.
Yeah, it came out a foot here.
Hi. Wow. And this still feels like enough room. My husband was right. I didn't think it would be enough room with moving the wall. He was right.
It's the code. 36.
Yeah. But yeah, it feels nice and spacious. Like I don't feel like I'm squished or anything coming around this corner. And then this. I don't know if this was here last time I came. The framing for the windows, matching on both sides. Wow. Soon we're not gonna need tarps. So I'm just here hanging out. Looking into my house.
Sink here for the kitchen.
Yep, right here.
Yep.
That's are these new? Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and this one definitely wasn't here. Before it was outdoor, indoor living. And now we have a nice closure here. Doorway, another nice restroom, bathroom. So the toilet goes here, the tub is in the back, the sink is here. Okay, very cool. I like the size of the opening to code.
Yep.
Very nice.
Both of them.
And then this is enough space for our double wide fridge. Oh, and then this is deeper, isn't
Where it
it?
seems like it.
Yeah, it does seem like it's deeper.
But
It seemed
I
like
think
it
it's
was
the same.
okay. Maybe it just seemed more shallow,
Maybe.
but very nice. This will be our little wet bar. You'd be amazed at the amount of money spent on things you cannot see.
Right. It's like, when we gonna get to the fun part? The decorations.
And so far, this is all work that is essential and is needed, but you will not be able to see any of this work being done. It's behind the walls, under the floors, in the ceilings. Who cares?
Right. Yeah.
But it'll be safe and it'll be sound and it'll be structurally correct.
Right.
And we won't have old, chewed up, termite infested wood. So we'll have peace of mind.
Hey, look, we had a visitor.
Where?
Over there at the bottom left. You see?
No.
Scat.
Ew. What kind of animal is that?
I don't know. Maybe a cat.
So gross.
Came in sometime.
So gross. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Although I'm happy it was your restroom in that one.
If you'd like to stay updated, subscribe to us on YouTube.
How cute is that cake?
Looks like we're having a girl. I'm Mo.
And I'm Co.
We bought our first house together as newlyweds.
It's a fixer-upper.
Big time.
Muscle.
Everything needs to be redone.
From the foundation to the roof.
And we invite you to join us through the entire renovation process.
This is the site now.
From the beginning all the way to the end.
Now they have started their journey making this house their masterpiece.
This is all new framing. This is all fresh wood. Man, what y'all doing, man?
This is MO CO RENO.
plumbing is in process, but it's moving extremely slow.
We're gonna vent it there, and then we'll drill this, and we'll drill the joist.
Because it's an open concept with high doorways and everything is open, there's a few walls that they can come down, and the ceilings, you know, you can't cut through all the new structure and the beams that they've put in, so they're having a difficult time figuring it out, and we have to get things underway for an inspection.
That's gonna be tricky.
The structural work is moving. We're getting framing done.
Loco. Very good.
Yes. It's going to be a floor, and underneath that floor would be our theater. They're putting a AV closet for all the theater equipment. The big area that was existing is now getting framed so that my office has separation. On the other side will be an additional bedroom, which was a loft before. Also, they're creating a new bathroom, which is going to be adjacent my office.
And then 18 from there.
So it's exciting to see these things coming together. So now it's time to move on to electrical. We had a few people come out and give us some quotes, and the winner was Danco Power Incorporated.
We are finding the level for the switches and receptacles.
He's putting lines around the house to measure where the height of the switches will be, the height of the outlets, and now he's putting in the receptacles, drilling the holes for the wires that he's going to connect to the lights and the outlets and so forth. Took a while for us to kind of plan and figure out where all the switches were and how many places they were going to be controlled from. So a lot of respect to electricians, because there's like wires everywhere, and I don't understand how they know where one is going to another. The funny thing is he's only been here for 2 or 3 days and is further along than the plumbing. So unfortunately I had to get serious with the plumber and give him a call and give him an ultimatum. We got to get this thing done. We got to get an inspection. So he came and he started working on, but it's still moving too slow for our needs. So all this construction is going on, and we have plans and everything, and we're waiting to submit to the city for our new additions that we want. We already got a building permit and plumbing and electrical for the remodeling, but we want to do some things to the exterior, and we need to have a structural engineer. The original structural engineer that we had come by to give us a consultation, he is no longer available. He's busy, but we need him. So we had to do some research and talk to a couple other structural engineers, and we finally got one. So we got Cal Civic Engineering, and Ivan is our man. He sent his project engineer out, Chung. So we're walking around and we're looking at the different areas of the house and the areas that need attention and drawings made so that we can submit these plans to the city.
If you'd like to stay updated, subscribe to us on
The baby is
YouTube.
due in about a month, and we're really excited to welcome her into our lives.
Our little Peanuts room. She's gonna have fun in this room once it's finished with the rest of the house.
It's just a very exciting time in life for us.
I'm Mo.
And I'm Co.
We bought our first house together as newlyweds.
It's a fixer-upper.
Big time.
Muscle.
Everything needs to be redone.
From the foundation to the roof.
And we invite you to join us through the entire renovation process.
This is the site plan.
From the beginning all the way to the end.
Now they have started their journey making this house their masterpiece.
This is all new frame. This is all fresh wood. Man, what y'all doing, man?
This is MO CO RENO. At this point in the process, I hoped that we would be a lot closer to finishing our home, but we aren't. Surprise, surprise. The baby is going to beat us. She's going to be here before we're actually finished with all of the renovations of our new home. So she'll get to witness some of that progress. Of course, she'll be a newborn, so she won't remember any of it, but she will at least be able to witness some of that. And hopefully, soon after she's born, we'll be ready to go and moving in. Wires everywhere. I like the fact that every week that I go to visit our home, it is further and further along, which means we're even closer to moving in. That's perfect.
I told you.
This is like our bed. It's like clear. Excellent idea, baby. Excellent idea.
Hold on, wait a second. What'd you say, baby?
I said, this is perfect. That was an excellent idea, baby.
All right.
Obviously, I would love to be living there right now, but I understand that it's a process, and I like the fact that it's progressing really well.
Punkster. Hey, how you doing?
Here's your room. It's small, but you're small, so I think you'll be okay. This is your room. From a financial standpoint, I feel that we've done an okay job managing the money. Honestly, I don't think that I could have anticipated it would cost this much money to repair wood, get a new HVAC system, and do some of these other things that internally are great for the home, but that we or our guests will never really see.
Babe,
What's up?
what's this $3,000 charge for Daniel?
Oh, that's the electrician. Deposit.
$3,000?
Well, you know how much the total amount is.
My concerns going forward are that we are going to stumble upon something and it's going to eat more of the budget than we have or are willing to pay. And so I would like, a good chunk of the budget to go to finishes so that our home can be beautiful outside as well as inside. But we'll have to address those budget concerns as they arise. I see tools on this receipt. What are these tools? Why are they charging it to us?
That's a good question. I better be getting them tools afterwards.
Right. You should be able to build a house after we're done with this one.
One of the only rooms in this house that doesn't have natural windows is the kids' bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to be able to have some light in there and not necessarily have to turn on the light and energy.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I thought about getting the solar tube.
Yeah, it's like a skylight.
It's a circle and the tube can go in angles and basically it catches the sunlight and refracts it in different ways on the metal and then it shines into the room. So I'm watching the guy install the solar tube and he's going on the roof and making a hole, and the process is interesting.
It is. It almost looks like the sun is shining within the room, even though the room doesn't have any actual natural light coming in through a window.
It's like there's a light on.
Somebody left the light on. That's neat. And there's no electricity coming through that. That's just sunlight, right? That was really neat. It definitely had you thinking, like, where else could we put one of those?
Right.
This is the perfect room because it doesn't have a window. It's open now, but it will be closed off one day very soon. So it's perfect to have that light in here for our baby, so she can see herself.
We might get one more. Maybe 2 more, 3 more.
The roofers were up in the attic working away on a few things, and then they peeled a few of the tile back just to see what we were working with, and the workers discovered that the roof didn't have any waterproofing. It was literally just the tile affixed to the plywood, which is really questionable. And they discovered termites. And these termites were pretty severe. There were a lot of them and they were everywhere, and it was really disgusting, and they showed us a video. Once we saw that, we realized that it was more of a serious concern and it needed more of the budget than I had initially hoped.
No bueno, huh? So nuevo todo, huh?
Ya va a querer plywood nuevo.
Everything would have to be replaced. Everything's gonna have to be brand new. I'm more accepting of it now because I realize that we're not gonna have critters crawling above our heads every night. And we will have a new roof that we will not have to touch, hopefully for the next 30+ years. This will be like a brand new house from top to bottom. The next steps in the renovation process are the roofers will be replacing the plywood on top of the roof, and hopefully by the time they finish replacing that plywood, we'll have the approval from the city to actually build a parapet around the perimeter of the roof. And what a parapet is a wall that basically gives the effect or the look of a more modernized roof line for us. And so we're hoping that that approval comes through around the time the workers have finished replacing all of the bad plywood. And once the parapet is built, we hope that they can then go and waterproof the roof, which was missing before, and put the roofing material on top of that so that we'll have a nice enclosed safe home, and when it does rain in California, the rain will stay outside and won't come inside. Whoa. Wow, we can see the sky. Wow, okay. That's a very big change there. Oh. And lots more. we are gonna need more dumpsters. Huh? It got to the point where I was thinking, we don't have that much trash or junk left, so we shouldn't need that many more dumpsters. Clearly, I was underestimating this house. Well, babe, we wanted open concepts. Hopefully, it'll all be done in 1 more week.
If you'd like to stay updated, subscribe to us on YouTube.
Anyone that knows Mo and Cece will tell you that they're very private and confidentiality is very important. I didn't tell anybody what they were doing, and I couldn't, and I knew that. But I felt special that they would include me in this process with them. On a property of this size, in this neighborhood, on this lot, there was a lot of unknowns. So my advice to them was to go slow, do section by section, live in the house room by room, move it around until you complete the house over an extended period of time. That was my advice. Now what they did, something totally different.
I'm Mo.
And I'm Co.
We bought our first house together as newlyweds.
It's a fixer-upper.
Big time. Muscle.
Everything needs to be redone.
From the foundation to the roof.
And we invite you to join us through the entire renovation process.
This is the site plan.
From the beginning all the way to the end.
Now they have started their journey making this house their masterpiece. This is all new framing. This is all fresh wood.
Mo, what y'all doing, man?
This is MO CO RENO.
So, process here is going, and good news is we received the new additional permits that we need for all the additions for the bedrooms, the bathrooms. We have been waiting for this forever, even though we started on them ahead of time. Now we have the permits to actually do it. So once we got the new permit for all the additions, we realized that a big beam was undersized for a regular beam.
So we went in, took the first beam out, put a new beam in, but the new beam was undersized.
And now we have to get a LVL beam. Basically, it's an engineered beam.
So we're on beam number 3.
No, 2.
Well, the first one.
That doesn't count.
It does. It was holding the house up for how many
That thing
years?
was muchos grande. It's like this, that beam. No, that was never gonna stay in there. We're on beam number 2 that we put it in.
I thought it was going to be phased out. You know, start little, move in, and as you live there, do section by section of the house. No. I think this is where Mo came in. It was like, we doing everything right now, okay? I was surprised how quickly they were moving, but I was also surprised how much they were doing.
All of this is just gonna be open. You got these windows. You've been working. Yeah. You've been working.
We had to redo the roof.
Yeah.
So the guys are pulling off all the old plywood.
That is a lot. A lot of trash and debris and yucky insulation. A lot. I do not envy the person who has to put that in the dumpster.
Now they're installing new plywood everywhere.
Right.
I called him over, how's everything going, man? You know, he was like, yeah, it's coming cool, man. We about 70% done. I was like, really? I was like, okay, dope. I said, I'm about to come through, grab some more windows, some mirrors, whatever y'all don't want. I'll come swoop it up. I drive up to this property, and I'm seeing a big old blue tarp wrapped around this thing. Like,
Oh wow. Are you serious? You said 65%? Did you text me that?
It was from the inside. What did he say, 45?
you are 10% done. No roof. What are you talking about?
Y'all building a whole new house, man.
That's what everybody said.
Man, this is...
You have to look to see where you were. You're like, wait, what's that?
Yeah, like, wait a minute. So, hold on, man. Y'all just bought the land, basically. This is all new framing. This is all fresh wood. Mo, what y'all doing, man?
Hey, I'm trying to take advantage of where we are. That's pretty much it.
Little by little.
Man, it's about to rain. There's no even roof up there. What y'all doing?
So we had a big scare. Get tarps, cover everything. Da 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 da.
It's pipes, new pipes everywhere, new electrical everywhere.
Furnace was exposed. The new lights were exposed.
Everything. I mean, everything had already been replaced, and we're like, the water's gonna get in, and it's gonna damage everything we just put in.
But luckily, it didn't rain hard. It was very light.
Yes.
And
it wasn't for long.
No.
So it didn't saturate everything, thankfully.
So now they're building that master bedroom balcony in front, which is gonna give us a view from our bed, and we can walk out. I can drink coffee and read the newspaper. I don't read the newspaper. But
he could check Facebook on his phone.
we didn't want to necessarily make a walk around balcony all the way around. So I came up with a design, which is what the engineer calls an architectural eyebrow. Basically, it beefs up out the side, so it kind of looks like it's a balcony all the way around, but it's just something to
separate the floors.
With framing this eyebrow, the engineer had designed a certain way and bracing. That was a feat on its own, trying to communicate to my carpenters in Espanol and pictures. And he's thinking that it's something we're gonna actually walk on. And I'm like, no, it's not. And so we had to redo that like 3 times, like not the whole thing.
Right.
I told him give me a sample, but his sample was like 8. And I'm like, no, don't do 8. Because yeah.
We have to make sure it's right before he invests too much time in trying to do something that's incorrect.
Right. All right. First, it's too high. Finish has to be the same level. Igual. That's why I just say do 1 before too much. It's too high. It should be lower. Yeah. Let's go slow. Let's just first let's start with start with this. Let's frame this. Give me the studs here and whatever level needs to be. Once we start with that, then we can go from there. Hey,
How are you?
1.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good.
Guess what? Incorrecto.
Now I see very good.
We finally got it right. It looks great.
Yes.
They can put the plywood on the outside of it so we can start to visualize how the house is going to look once it's done.
As the homeowner requests, we are redesigning the look of the structure from the outside. As you can see, we added this wood frame. Underneath, we put electrical lights. So everything has a purpose here.
You guys added a balcony. Y'all bad for that.
This dude built a balcony that wasn't even finished and wanted me to walk out there.
You are kidding me. Y'all about to be chilling on this?
I'm like, it's not happening. I love myself too much.
Man, I'm cool. We went on them? Yeah, it's bueno.
I'm standing where there was nothing once before.
They got a new floor that they built over the little media room, and they got rooms for rooms for rooms with specialty room. I'm telling y'all.
Is this a stage? Get out of here, man. Get out of here.
It's going to be there.
Man, shut up.
Bathroom on top of bathroom. They knocked down walls.
And then they got the view.
I'm rich! Oh, snap. That is awesome, man. Come on. Yeah, you got the better bathroom.
Hey.
Size don't matter.
It was a lot. They doing too much. You want to ask me personally? They doing way too much.
Bro, this is straight up a construction site.
We're building the new parapet.
Yes.
That was a trial and error thing because I'm trying to explain to my carpenter.
And trying to make sure that it was in line with what the structural engineer said it should be.
Even though I gave him pictures and I came back from after work, he had did it a little different, but like 12 feet. So I'm not gonna be like, that's wrong, take it all off. So I'm sitting there troubleshooting with him, trying to figure out a way to make it work how he did it so that it's still strong. And what we ended up coming to was actually stronger than the way the structural engineer had designed it. So that's all good, right?
Worked out good.
So when they're building this parapet, you know, I come home and the guy's like, muchos termitas, muchas termitas. I'm like, what are you talking about? Translation. A lot of termites, a lot of termites. And he's showing me some new termites coming from somewhere, getting into like the small areas in the wood, trying to make homes.
The new wood that we just purchased.
So we got the spray spraying it everywhere. That spray was like, it's like toxic. We're outside, so it's not as bad as when they have to spray it inside of the house. So they're spraying that, but we need to hurry up and get through all this.
Right, and get it really treated to make sure that we don't have muchas termitas.
Yeah, no termitas aquí, no más, no, muy mal. We now have to design crickets to channel all the water to the back of the house.
Yes, and and we're not talking about insects.
No, not that.
So we're controlling the direction of the water for the 2 days a year when it does rain in Southern California.
Because the front of the house has a high pitch, we have to make super big crickets to counter that and go this way to the back of the house.
So it'll be like a river on our roof.
Right.
Nice. Wow. I never did such a nice job, such a large and nice.
Well, we all learned it at the same time. It's quite a sight to see from above.
Yes.
It looks like a design of sorts.
How many neighbors have you had ask so far? Are you putting a deck up there?
Right. So they think we're building the deck. I'm like, no, we're not building the deck. We want a new roof line, but because we want this new roof line, we got to make sure the water can still drain out.
You in it now, man. Ain't no turning back.
I'm like, this house don't look nothing like what I did when it sold it to you. It's just a complete 180. But when it's all said and done, watch out now. Watch out now.
This is dope. These are all LED. This is real spacious.
So clothes can go all the way on that side. You could even have a dresser.
People can't do this in their closet, man. Look at that.
Now there's an area right on the side of our house where our garage is that had bricks. So they're demoing all those bricks.
It's cool when you get to see like a whole wall come down.
Right. Since we have the permits, they can demo that patio covering. So that's exciting too, just to be able to just form the house.
Now this is all open. That's pretty cool.
We got this baby due next week.
Yes, very soon.
So her plan on having it done before the baby got here, that's
obviously didn't work out. This is our $3 million view. Some of the hills, I don't know which hills those are. I know the Hollywood hills are straight this way because you can see the Hollywood sign between these trees here. One day this will be the life. One day soon, hopefully.
not according to my schedule here.
Hey, according to my schedule, we were moving in July. We were getting ready for the baby. Not quite. Here we are in October, and we still have a very wide open home. But it's being done right. I think that's key. It's going to be well built. I'm not sure if we'll ever want to move after this.
Hey, this is going to be something special.
Yeah. Nice, man. I'm impressed. Appreciate it. I'm impressed.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see it.
So, yeah, we'll keep you updated.
If you'd like to stay updated, subscribe to us on YouTube.